Hi, Sparkles One. Who's ready for chapter 3? All I remember is that it said something about a ship. Do you remember that? It said, remember it was asked something about a ship, but we haven't heard about a ship yet. So let's see what the ship and Edward are up to. I thought there'd be a picture of a ship. Maybe this is supposed to be on the ship. Have you ever been on a ship? Ship is a word for big, big boat. Maybe a cruise ship. They have fancy dinners on a cruise ship. Maybe that's what Edward T. Lane went on a cruise. Let's see. She is called the Queen Mary, said Abeline's father. You look at Edward. And you and your mom and I shall sail on her all the way to London. Ooh, they're going on a cruise. I love cruises. What about Pellegrina? Said Abeline. I will not go, said Pellegrina. I will stay. Edward, of course, was not listening. He found the talk around the dinner table excruciatingly dull. In fact, he made a point of not listening if he could help it. But then Abeline did something unusual, something that forced him to pay attention. As the talk about the ship continued, Abeline reached for Edward and took him down from his chair and stood him in her lap. Dull. That's another word for, what do you think? Boring. Those are synonyms. And what about Edward, she said, her voice high and uncertain. What about him, darling, said her mother. Will Edward be sailing on the Queen Mary with us? Well, of course. If you wish, although you are getting a little old for such things as a China rabbit. Uh-oh. Nonsense, said Abeline's father jovially. Who would protect Abeline if Edward was not there? From the vantage point of Abeline's lap, Edward could see the whole table spread out before him in a way that he could never when he was seated in his own chair. He looked up upon the glittering array of silverware and glasses and plates. He saw the amused and condescending looks of Abeline's parents, and then his eyes met Pellegrina's. You remember who Pellegrina is? I think it's Grandma, right? She was looking at him in a way a hawk hanging lazily in the air might study a mouse on the ground. Perhaps the rabbit fur on Edward's ears and tails and the whiskers on his nose had some dim memory of being hunted, for a shiver went through him.